Hello and welcome to another episode of Flood City with Zara Peppers. Now, I haven't played this since the last episode, so this is still the tail end of that last flood, and it actually ended up being pretty severe. I mean, this whole area is pretty much flooded out now, although for the first time in ever, this area isn't completely flooded out. However, it is pretty damn high on that flood wall. And yeah, so that's interesting. It's not something I really expected to be happening today. Also, yeah, I'm back on this mic because my good mic, I kind of tripped over the cable and kind of broke it. It's broken. So that sucks. I might be able to fix it. I have another head for it. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. All that stuff. Man, this water is getting pretty high. All right, so today's flood, if this ever goes back down, is a flood severity rating of 0.73, which is something we've seen before. However, the next video is forecasted for a flood of 1.43. That is the biggest flood by far that we will have seen so far. So this episode will be mainly about getting our flood defenses ready for a severe forecast of flooding. And also to all you new subscribers who have subscribed in the past couple of weeks, welcome. And I hope you continue enjoying my content. And I hope I don't become crap or something. It's always good not being crap. Welcome. Hi. I'm me. Now, it seems like the whole screwed up consumer demand has sort of fixed itself, but I still have a bazillion abandoned buildings, and since I don't feel like going over them to demolish them all, I'm just going to leave them, and they'll eventually demolish themselves, which I think happens eventually. Now, there's nothing really new from last time. I haven't been playing this since the last episode, so anything that happens today is what's gonna happen today. Man, I'm not really doing well at this, am I, today? All right, as I seem to say a lot. Our main focus for this episode is going to be improving the flood defenses for this neighborhood, because if I don't, it'll probably be completely wiped out in the next video. And I also should pay some special attention to this neighborhood right here, which is quite low. So making some kind of dike system. This area, well, I don't really have room to do anything, so I'm just going to have to leave it and hope for the best. But it's pretty high. I think they should be all right. Famous last words. Famous last words. Not too worried about this area. In fact, I'll be curious to see how well this is probably the most sophisticated flood protection system in the city works against such a large flood. And this area too may need some improvements, but we'll see. Alrighty, it seems I think step one will be doing some work on this particular dike right here. I think what I'm going to do is level it out a bit and actually make a proper flood wall that will protect this area. I'll lose some of the park area, but that's alright. So let's get started. Go into our terrain management thingamajiggy. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's do... just level this area out all nice and lovely-ish. You know, I should pause it. And I did see that some of you wanted a bit more of the actual construction aspect, so I think today I'll do a little bit more of that. So what I want to do is I want to level out this area so it's nice and flat and I can put a nice flood wall instead. And also build out the shoreline a bit, so there's a bit more room for said flood wall. And I wonder how far down I'm going to go with this, because this is usually the area where it backs up. So except I'm gonna have to rebuild these bridges probably. I'll make it go out a bit further. Actually, what I should do is level it out with this, and we'll just go all the way down here. Build out the shoreline a bit more there. And that should be good. Okay, now let's go to the flood wall. And start it here. I'm going to have to rebuild that pathway, but that's all right. Of course, it seems to be kind of glitching out because the water's in the way. Oh, I hope that doesn't look good. That really doesn't look very good, does it? None of this looks very good. I hope that water, goes away. Please go away, water. Get out of here. So I had to raise that all up a bit because the water just wasn't playing nice. And it still isn't playing very nice. Go away, water. Go away. In the meantime, though, I think I should make a little bit more industrial area because I've got some demand. And maybe if I make some basic manufacturing industrial kind of stuff, that might make my whole commercial problem a bit better. So I'm just going to expand this area a bit. I'm not going to do anything fancy. Quick and dirty. Quick and dirty. Weird how I said that. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I want to keep this just... I remember that I actually meant to make this mineral or mining kind of area, but I didn't. But this kind of works out how I want to anyways. So I'll just roll with the screw-ups. There we go. More commercial. Now let's go check up on our poor citizens who are lounging in a few feet of water at the moment. Should be able to start making that flood wall soon. Speed her up. While we wait, we should take a quick look at our citizens. Bob Teague is an old man now at 68 years old, retired, currently traveling home, retired from his hard life of work at the Dildo Factory, Incorporated, if you remember from a few episodes ago. Respectable work. Orlando Summers, getting up there, 41 years old, works at the Fancy Boutique and is currently at home. Who else? There's Margot, I'm not even going to try and say it. I'm sick of trying to say it. Works at the medical clinic. Exciting. That's a respectable career, highly educated. Sean Gambrill, 14 years old now. In high school. Must be like freshman year or something. I don't know how most of you are probably Americans. In Canada, we have it's like grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, I've talked to Americans about high school, and it seems like you guys have some different kind of way of designating the year you're in. We just do that. It's fun. Anybody else doing anything interesting? I guess Hank Hamburger's going to school. There you go. He's at school. He's at college now, studying at Fox the Gamer University. Man, there's a lot of abandoned buildings. And I'm not even going to comment on anything in this screen because I'm going to get a whole crap load of dislikes again. Fucking truthers. Now back to wall building. And unlike, just to be clear, this wall is to keep water out, not Mexicans. Build a wall to prevent the flood of... I think I'm going to stay away from political commentary for now. And the batteries in my mouse just died. I can't move. I can't move. Help me, dear God, help me. Alrighty, my pointing device has batteries once again. Now let's finish working on this whole business. Now I just want to make this flood wall come all the way down here nicely. Except it's being a dick because I can't build on water. And it looks like there's a little bit of water left there. So I'm going to have to raise it up. Raise up the roof. Raise it up. I'm a Baptist preacher guy talking about land. I'm picking my nose, but you can't see that. You can hear me talk about it, though. Okay, so I've built my wall up to here. Now I guess I'm going to have to pause it and try and troubleshoot around this bridge. Or these bridges. And we'll build it underneath. Like so. Now it sounds like I'm doing a cooking show. And we'll do this all nice and do some stuff to fix it. Okay, so I want to do this as in as short a space as possible. Then we'll raise the roof up. Except I think I'm going to have to delete this little bit of road. Sorry, businesses, but, you know, for the greater good. For the greater good. It's sort of the theme of this whole series. It's like communism, I guess. I just watched Deadpool, and now I have Careless Whisper stuck in my head. And now we've completed our newest flood prevention project, the new dike. I wonder what I should call it. I suppose I'll name it after somebody. It will be the... Maybe I should name it after somebody who's dead. Who's dead? Who's dead that it liked? Let's check the old life of people list. By the way, there's a lot of you damn people on this list now. It's going to take a while to make it through, although all you... it will be the Flying Ostrich Dam. He was a cool guy. I have a list of new people I need to introduce today, but I will do that later, hopefully after some of you guys die. I'm looking at you, Bob Teague. Alright, now what I want to do is make a little dike. I'm not going to do a full flood wall, but I'm going to do a little bit of diking in this area here. That's not what I wanted to bring up. So first of all, let's get... that'll be a good level. We'll take that, and we will go do this all around here, like so. Might have been a bit overkill, but, you know, it's how it works. Nothing big, just to keep... I don't think this is going to be a particularly problematic area. I'll make that a little bit higher. Maybe we'll level this out. Doesn't need to be quite that high. That kind of looks ridiculous. As long as it's level with the other area. And now on this side, like before, I'm not going to do a full-blown dike here. I'm just going to do a little bit of one just to keep it from flooding too badly. I don't think I'll need a full flood wall here. And if I put full flood walls everywhere, then nothing interesting would happen. So Your entertainment must be satisfied. I gotta fix this though. Got to make that work just a little bit better. For me. Do 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 do. What? Let's do it at a small gradient. A small gradient. And we will attach it like so. Perfecto. What about up here? Oh, that's pretty much as high as that dike, so that should be okay. So now just a quick summary of what I've done so far. I have improved this dike, made a full-fledged flood wall going all the way across here to protect this area, ending here, but also with a little bit coming in a bit further in case it floods up here. This area is usually pretty high and dry, so I'm going to risk leaving that as is, and I made this go in like this, and made this road absolutely hideous and rather confusing, but it's just what it is. Man, that's one ugly bridge. And then we've also put a shorter dike going up along here, which will hopefully prevent this area from getting flooded by a water going over there somewhere. Yeah, those are the best words I'm coming up with right now. I have all the words. I have the best words. So now it's as good a time as any to add our new citizens for today. I've added a few. We've got our wonderful fan, Trollface6971, who's currently driving to Baleeks Galore and works at a sauna. Fancy. What kind of car does he drive? Oh, a big fancy sports car. So there you are, Trollface, Mr. Trollface, face troll. Next, we have Georgian Empire, who is a 42-year-old man, highly educated. All right, where does Trollface live? Trollface, you live there, in the newest neighborhood. Next person, you live over here in the suburbs of the Anchor District. And you're currently driving to the mall. No, that's Trollface. You're currently working. Where do you work? Iron Person Trim. So you're a gym employee of a gym. Doing gymnast things. Now, Chapala Gaming. 7-year-old child, uneducated and unemployed because he's a child. Although it's kind of strange that he isn't in elementary school. Maybe his parents are religious or something and they want him homeschooled so they can shelter him from, reality. Currently going to the tennis court. He must be one of those 7-year-old tennis pros who's going to become one of those, holy crap, I have a lot of abandoned buildings. But you're probably one of those super talented children who are going to become a tennis pro and beat everyone. This is going to take a while. And just to clear things up, in this particular subject, I don't believe in the neoconservative rhetoric about the day either. So all you people, you know who you are. Don't jump to assumptions, okay? Don't do it. So yeah, those are our people for today. If you're haven't been added today, then I have a big list of people who are going to be added in the future. So if your name didn't come up today, it probably will in the future. Unless a bazillion people request that, in which case, maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. We will see. So now I have set up the flood defenses for the big flood. But for this video, I still have to set today's flood. So today is going to be a 0.75, I believe it was. And that'll go right there, and then we'll see what happens. I'm sure lots of fun stuff will ensue as usual. But yeah, our new flood defenses should work pretty well here. Hopefully it'll save this area from their usual issues with water in their house and places of employment. Will it be enough for the 1 in 200 year flood? I don't know, but we'll see. Seems as if the highway I made in the last episode is holding up with the traffic that it's getting. I was a bit worried this industrial area would make this just a traffic mess, but seems all right now. If it gets bad in the future, I will upgrade it to a twin highway, but for now I'll just keep it as is. But I think what I'm going to do is make a train, give these people a transit for getting into the main city. We'll make it a train link. So what we will do is put down I'm not going to do a big train terminal. I'll do one of the small ones. It's would suit this area better. I'll put it right there. And as soon as I fix this power line. No, don't do that. Have to be finicky, don't you? Have to be finicky. Okay, so where should I connect it to? Now, I think what I would like it is for it to go to the main station. Where is my main station? This one right here. Now, where's the track for that one go? Through here. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'll make it go to that one. So that means I'll have to... Why are you gonna be like that? There we go. So then I have to make this line connect to the one that I just did down there. Just gonna go up right along the highway. Like so. Make it go under the highway exchange. And I believe this was the right one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So then we'll do that and then we'll go to here it was that I wanted to add the stop to, and then go all the way back. That way these people have a fast way of getting into the city from their little hamlet in the country. So let's take another peek of what our citizens are doing. Let's see what Master Chief is up to. He seems to be going to work. Probably heading towards a subway station or something. Going to work at the Giga Store. Another day. Hank Hamburger, you're driving home from work, actually. And your beat up pickup truck from as I remember from the last video. And you're driving through some buildings, defying the laws of physics, and parking in a very, not really a place that you're supposed to park. Oh, there we go. There we go. Nice parking job. Drive through a couple buildings, a bus, a tram, and then parked. That's how you do it. Okay, so it seems like I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting. There's a big line of traffic going onto that single lane highway road. So I think what I'm going to have to do is make a proper exit for that. So let's pause it. I'm just going to... Well, I have to keep that one. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of do what I did on the other end. Make a 2-lane going in, like so. And then we get one going out. I've made lots of exit junctures in this game. Sometimes it can be a real handful when you're doing like trying to do two highways together. One that was really confusing to do was this one right here. Had to go over each direction and figure out, okay, they can exit onto that street and that street. They can go both ways. So it's always fun doing those. I like messing with traffic stuff. So I'm going to have to move this up, aren't I? Don't quite have enough room. That should be all right. So we'll have these traffic exiting there, and maybe we'll do a tunnel like so. That's not quite how I want it to work. There we go, that works. And then what we'll do, I'm going to trash this for a little ways. Then we can make it turn up and there. And then connect it via like this. Except I don't want those people to be able to turn around, so I'm going to change the lane arrows so they can't. Even though they usually just do anyways. There we go. If you're wondering what mod I'm using to get the extra traffic options, I think it's called extra traffic options or something. I don't really remember. I've been meaning to put together a mod package so you guys can see all the mods I'm using and subscribe to them if you want. So I will get to that soon, but just keep an eye out for it. Alright, since I'm getting rather tired and the flooding hasn't seemed to start yet, I think I'm going to make it a two-parter because I still have to edit this. So I think I'll call that a day, and I will upload the next video probably tomorrow. Get it finished, and we can test our new flood defenses against this less severe flood before the 1 in 100 year flood. If I feel up to it, I might add some echo to that to make it sound cool. But if I don't, just imagine it in your head. So until the next episode of Flood City, good night. Or part 2. Good night.